Bro, you are not lazy. Your brain is just tired. And this video is to give you a reset in your head. Because without that reset, guess what? You keep relying on motivation to do what you know you should do already. You're going to wake up tomorrow, say, oh, I feel good to start my work, right? But all of a sudden, you feel like, I don't feel good to start. You have goals, you have your workout plans, but you don't feel like it is right. You're waiting for something magical to happen. That's simply because you're not aware that that thing that you're waiting for, which is called motivation, is not going to happen unless you start taking action. But that is half part of the trap. The other half is that the major reason you can't even take action is that the chemicals in your head are making your brain too tired. Trust me, see, there's a lot in our culture that is draining our dopamine, draining our energy levels. We think they are helping in matters, but they are actually causing more harm than good when it comes to us doing the things that we are supposed to do, doing the things that you are supposed to do. So what that means is stop watching videos that tell you to add more habits, add more systems, add more this, add more this. No. If you want to take action, and you are basically you see yourself being stuck, being disturbed, lack motivation, your first job is to subtract, not to add, to subtract. Subtraction is the first thing to do. And if you implement the system in this video, I can guarantee you, your relationships will begin to feel different. People don't realize that dopamine is actually affecting our relationships. Yes, I'm speaking about dopamine today. Dopamine is affecting our relationships. So every time we do some dopamine activities, what you end up seeing is that the dopamine in our head gets so high, and the level of dopamine that we need to take action is somewhere around here. Guess what? Our brain is already restless. What that means is that with this gap, it is not going to take any action. Rather, it will keep looking for more ways to keep getting hits. Now, that is part one. The second part is that based on science, when you're exhausted with dopamine, it comes here. So now that task that felt that could have been easy, that could have been easy because the dopamine was here, you felt bored, right? Now that it's here, you feel like, nah, and you postpone it. And before you know it, time has gone down the drain. You see, so what's the way forward? If you understand this whole dopamine aspect, right, is that there are scientists who have the backing of billions of dollars that are trying to distract you. So your greatest enemy as a man is distractions. Video games, porn, social media. You see, have you ever noticed that the moment you wake up in the morning and go straight to social media, automatically you already feel tired? I guarantee you, try this thing tomorrow morning where you wake up in the morning and start scrolling social media and see what happens. So what happens is you're actually very, very tired. So this is well, I discovered this in my life, right? When one day I was working on family business, right? And I was doing the wired headphones then, right? And the wired headphones caught while I was using it. So I felt like, you know what? I'll just buy that one some other time, right? So I was going home, right? And all of a sudden, I began to hear my own thoughts. I began to hear my own thoughts. And I was like, wait, why am I engaging my imagination? Why is my imagination so heightened at my like time to go home? And I discovered that, hold on, the only difference that I've really experienced is I'm not listening to music at the moment. And I realized that the music you're listening to, one, is shaping your thoughts. Two, is distracting you. So at that moment, it made me realize that there's something magical here. Now, I'm not like trying to like brag, but one thing for sure is that I did not buy headphones. I didn't buy a new set of headphones for like a few weeks, and I doubled the family business. Now, this is not for me to like. I have nothing to sell you when it comes to like what dopamine. But looking back at it, right? It was crazy because it was at that moment I realized that in the hospitality business, it's really not about your amenities. It's about how you treat your staff. And if you treat your staff very well, and it's a very nice environment, customers would always want to stay. I got that because I had clarity of thoughts. Then it made sense to me that everything right now is going to shit because we are too afraid to be bored. So you go out there, you're trying to escape your own thoughts, right? Because it feels boring to you. But guess what? That's the same period I began to hone my intuition. And every time guys ask me, wow, okay, how do you harness your intuition? I'm saying your intuition, there's really no such practice as honing your intuition. Yes, you can meditate, but start by being bored. Look at 100 years ago. Look at how much our fathers did. And look at how bored they were. There's a reason why dopamine detox videos are going viral. They're going crazy. People are having results by detox dopamine by dopamine detox. Why do you think so? Because it works. People are getting results. People are beginning to realize that this dopamine in our head is being exploited by what? Companies, scientists with billions of dollars. So how do you start this dopamine process? One, you have to realize the causes of dopamine spike. When you know it, you can then begin to chip them away. So first of all, I'll tell you this. And this same system has helped guys who claimed they were depressed. I always tell you that before you claim you're depressed, right? And I can say this in anywhere I go. Before you claim you're depressed, these are safe methods. Before you even go to meet any doctor first, start by watching what you put in your head, right? In your head, in your mind, and in your body. Start with those two things. So what are the things that you put in your head? One, social media content. Stop watching scrappy content. There's a reason my videos are designed to help you. They're not designed to hijack your brain, right? It's either you want to hear it or you don't want to hear it. And someone will tell you that, bro, your ability to be bored is a superpower as a man. So social media, cut it out for a while or reduce social media usage only till later in the day when you're trying to rest. Avoid social media scrolling earlier in the day. So social media, con sites, even when I say social media, even YouTube, because most of these YouTube videos, they are strictly entertainment, right? They basically have nothing to offer you. So push them to like the evening section. And one beautiful thing is, if you start your day with social media videos or you do it in the middle of the day, mind you, these guys have spent billions of dollars to addict you. What you're saying is, steal my time. But when you have done your task for the day first, then you are winding down with social media, it then begins to make sense, right? Speaking of your mind, so you have con videos bring zero benefit to you. They make you think you are winning, think you are what you are. Again, these are scientists with what trying to exploit your natural order, right? So with con videos, there's no benefit. Trust me, there's no benefit. Even when you watch con videos, it damages the relationship you can have with a partner, right? So again, speaking of that, now this might be like slightly difficult for you, but I would also recommend meditation because when you learn how to meditate, yes, your intuition will improve. Two, you begin to think clearer thoughts. You begin to hear your own voice in your own head, like literally speaking. Remember when you were young, right? Without all this noise in your ear. Remember when you had like ideas in your head, ambitions, what you want to be in life. What do you think really happened? Noise happened. Distraction happened. So if you can control what is getting into your mind first, into your brain first, from the music, cut out music. Cut out music. You see, if you must hear anything right while you're at the gym, because sometimes sometimes I plug in empty headphones, but go to YouTube, download motivational audio with no beats, no music. I can guarantee you. These are like entrepreneurs. It's like listening to an audio tape, but again, you go here to detox fully, right? So what that means is sometimes you may just cut it out, but I recommend personally, I cut out music, right? When I'm not really aggressively detoxing dopamine. It's my default state, motivational audio. Apart from that, I don't really listen to music, right? Now, next thing now is what goes into your body, right? What goes into your body? The food you eat does affect our mood, right? And I will say something. Avoid eating in the morning. Imagine, I know yes, they told you breakfast is the what is the healthiest meal or the best meal of the day. That was the propaganda. There was never a research to back it up. The crazy part is that doctors believed it, and doctors told their patients to eat breakfast. But think about it. Who came up with this propaganda? It was companies who sell breakfast cereals. Guess what? Breakfast, nobody really eats protein for breakfast. It's majorly cereals because that is where the propaganda started. So cereals, again, what are the consequences? The sugar, high sugar. When you have high sugar in the morning, you feel difficult to focus on your task. So I can guarantee you, in the mornings, skip breakfast. Or try eating breakfast and see how tired you are when your energy has to go down to your belly to digest the food. You see how foggy you would be like. But instead, hold your belly to like 11, 12, 1 p.m., even 2 p.m. I can guarantee you, you know that you have enough energy and you get more work done if you avoid social media, right? And avoid eating early. Maybe if you're a coffee guy, go for coffee early, right? Black coffee, no sugar, no milk. Trust me, it's a complete game changer. So, right, by the way, before you get into this coffee stuff, right? Which coffee does spark dopamine to an extent. Before you get into coffee, try to go on a very hard dopamine detox where you control what goes into your head. Don't scroll social media in the morning. Avoid it completely. Cut out music, right? Cut out corn completely. Limit your social media only till evening after you have done the real tasks that you know you should be doing. Avoid breakfast early on in the day. Eat later in the day. And that's it basically, bro. I can guarantee you, if you do all these things, you begin to what? Embrace boredom. And boredom is a secret weapon for any guy. The ability to be bored. Show me anybody who performs at an elite level that does not embrace boredom. I can guarantee you, you won't find anybody. So boredom itself is what is the key. As a man, boredom itself gets more shit done. Boredom itself gives you your life's purpose. You see, those questions that come to you, that get to you, and you ask, or the questions they're looking for, will have answers in the silence you are running away from. And that's a quote that I got from somewhere. I can't remember where I got it from, but trust me, it's actually very, very deep. From practice, not from like science research, from practice. Because everything I give to you here is from practice. My name is Tony Roya, right? Like I said, your brain is just tired. Your brain is fried. And if you know somebody else who is thinking he needs motivation to take action, kindly share my video with them. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon. And bye for now, brother.